What's up, YouTube? Hobo Nichol BBQ back with you again. And today, in the hot seat, we have got Matthew from the Hungry Hussey. Hello, Matthew.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, so I'm going to do the thing here where I sit here and ramble for a second because there's a commercial that's probably popped up here that everybody needs to hit the skip button.
Those darn ads.
All right. I'm past it. Everybody else should be getting close to past it. And if you're watching at home, you didn't live through this. All right. So where are you from?
So we live in, me and my family, we live in a place called Thomasville, North Carolina. It's central North Carolina. It's a little small town, very known for its furniture at one time. It used to be the furniture capital of the world, Thomasville Furniture. I don't know if some people maybe, some people may know that brand. It's very close to Greensboro. It's just a little quaint town, good place to raise a family.
How far are you from Asheville?
Asheville, we're about
Ish.
2.5, 3 hours. Not very far.
All right, that's what. Speaking of Asheville, I don't know how this came up, but that's where Barlow BBQ's from, and he just passed 1,000 subscribers today.
Woo.
Yay, Barlow!
Attaboy. I envy him.
We all do.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I have a feeling you're going to get there faster than I am because you are literally killing it as of lately.
Well, I got to get to the kitchen and cook some stuff, man. I got one video I tried to edit last night and just finally stopped. I was too tired. So I got to cook some stuff this week. So.
All right, I'm going to go through the chat real quick. We got 16 people. We got Barlow BBQ, Kent Vanderweerd, Ballistic Barbecue. What's up, Greg? In for the Grill, Scott, Meathead Chris, Blind Grillin', can't remember if I said it, Quest Hunter at Our Shack Barbecue, Bloody Ring Ranch, put your clothes back on, Keith Betag, Christie's Cooking Channel, Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue, Mike Everyday Barbecue, Dan Smoky Goodness, Tyler from Condrel's Kitchen, and if I missed anybody, Heavy Metal Barbecue. What's up, Ken?
What's up, Baloney?
All right. That's Jeff. Jeff and Keith live close to each other, and I'm scared of both of them. And Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin. All right. Family life. Wife, kids, dog, Chihuahua, Chinchilla. What you got?
Well, I have a wife of 7 years this year. We also have a little girl right now. She'll be 4 years old in March, and we have another one on the way come June. A little boy, matter of fact. And
Awesome.
We have a dog named Maggie, and that I was talking about earlier, and she likes to hunt blankets.
And poop on camera.
Yeah, and poop on camera. She likes to hunt blankets on camera and poop on camera. It's amazing.
Oh, Jeff from Bloody Ring Ranch says, Chris, don't be scared. Step into our parlor. I'll come see you guys sometime. I got something I want to do with you guys. On camera, nothing weird, Jeff. All right, so
blanket, right?
No. But I used to live probably 2 hours from them guys years ago before I knew what YouTube cooking channels were. So what made you decide to start a YouTube channel?
I've always cooked. I've always loved cooking. A lot of folks says, well, you need to start a blog. I started a blog, and it's just not my style to sit there and I love photography. I love camera equipment. I love all that. It's stopping, taking a picture, right? And then putting the camera down and then going to the next step and then documenting all that. And a buddy of mine came up to me and said, you need to probably start like a cooking vlog. said, okay, well, I got a camera, so let me try this out. So that was May of this previous year that I started, and I put one out there, and I got some folks that gave me comments, gave me some support, and here we are now.
Yeah, I just seen you just crossed 500 right about the same time. Actually, I think you did right before me, maybe.
Yeah, I got I hit 550 maybe today. I was 549 yesterday, and I got one straggler today. So a lot of it, I think, is owed to you, man. I've said it before, but I think you inviting me to this group has excelled me. So a lot of that owed to you in this group. So thanks.
Those people are good people. I say that every day.
For sure.
All right, so explain to me your channel. Actually, explain to anybody out there that doesn't know your channel what we'll see.
There's no tell as far as cooking. I'll cook on everything, but mostly I'll cook on a black stone griddle. Probably next in line, I'll cook on my big green eggs. I have a large, I have a medium, and then also have a Kamado Joe Jr. that I travel with. And then sometimes in the kitchen, my little girl, she likes to help me a lot. We do some things in there, and then also I'll do like a vlog of kind of family gatherings. So from Christmas, you'll see a Christmas vlog where we cook a huge breakfast for not that many people, so we have a ton of leftovers. I do not know how to cook for 4 or 5 people. And then like New Year's Eve was a vlog that I shot as well, where we have like traditional Southern food. So
I've noticed on your video.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Jinx. I noticed on your videos that you cook for what looks like an army anyways.
Yeah, it's just me, my wife, and a 3-year-old little girl. So my mom was that way. I got my love for cooking from my mom, and I don't know why I do it, but I do take leftovers for lunch, stuff like that.
Well, Mrs. Hobo cooks the same way. She made chili the first time. She said, "I'm going to make chili for you." And I was like, I don't think she had moved in yet. And I said, okay. And I've got one of those crock pots that actually has one base with 3 crock pots, which is like a medium large each one. And she, when she got done, she had 2 full crock pots full of chili for just the 2 of us.
All 3 of them.
I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "Well, that's the only way I know how to make the recipe." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I really don't like soup in general, and this is enough for us for the rest of the year."
About the 2 weeks worth, you're like, I'm tired of chili. I really am.
Right.
I can't have any more.
All right. So what do you use to record your videos?
When I first started out, so for still photography, I use a Nikon D600 with various lenses. I started using it. It shoots. It does shoot 1080p video. It's just not the best. It's not the best video capable camera on the market. Its focus system is not up to par. So what I was doing was manually focusing, which was kind of a bear. And then once I started getting a little bit more interested and more serious about video cooking, I was really looking for something that was budget friendly, because I didn't know if I was going to really like it. So did a lot of research, and I ended up I shoot up with a Panasonic G7, and I got a couple tripods that I just move around. I got a Gorilla Pod, or a bendy tripod that I'll just take it off one tripod and move it to another, and that's how I shoot.
All right. 2 things. One before I forget. It says we got 25 people.
Hey, that's good.
That's awesome. But I know most of the people in the chat. I'm just curious. This is call it a social experiment. If you watch these things and you don't normally comment, put something in the comment box. I just want to see who watches this thing. And second thing, Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue wants to know, what's your main influences when cooking?
You know, my mind, man, I tell you, is a crazy thing. I could have an idea uh, stewing in my brain for a long time, or it could be something very spontaneous that I may have. I watch Food Network all the time, and I'll see that, and I'll put my spin on it. I very rarely go by recipes. Um, that's where the whole blog, having a cooking blog, is kind of tough because I don't go by a recipe, and uh, that's my main influence is just what I see, and I try to adapt it to my style, which I like big flavors, um, multi layers of flavors. So I try to really, uh, I try to have maybe a little bit of heat with a little bit of citrus come through. A tang. Something's real fatty. I try to really hit multi layers. Just big flavor. That's my influence. Not really over the top, but
Right.
so.
All right. So I see Marion, aka Robert Roy, hopped on. He can't grill to save his life, but he's another Blackstone guy. Every time he tries to grill, his gas grill literally catches on fire, and I don't know how to help him.
Get another grill, maybe. Get one of those Holland grills. They won't flare up on you.
All right, so I seen somebody thought Barlow pulled the trigger on a Blackstone today because he sent a picture in a group message about, what was it, 247 at Walmart?
Yeah,
I want to see Barlow get a Blackstone. So sell Barlow on a Blackstone, Matthew.
Uh, I can do it. I hope. If he looks at some of my stuff, maybe. maybe he don't like my channel. I don't know.
Well,
I do need to check it.
It's funny how, like, me and Matthew were talking before the show. I just came across his channel not too long ago, and the guy's got, when I got on there, 300 subscribers, and I probably do a lot of creepy crawling through YouTube for videos more than probably most people do. Scooter Too Cool hopped on, and Bomb Grillins. Cooking Green Bastard Style. If you don't watch his channel, you need to go check out his channel. That dude's hilarious. You got you keep earphones in though.
Yeah, earphones are in.
No, I mean when you watch his channel,
Oh.
Don't have your little girl running around.
She loves YouTube. She loves YouTube Kids. She really digs it.
All right, so Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin has made the list of permanent questions. He wants to know what your favorite music is.
My favorite music is probably classic rock, number one. And this is going to be a curveball. I love old school rap music.
That's the Christie's Cooking Channel answer.
Yeah, that's where I like a lot of that music. It's I don't know, it moves me, So what I like is when we travel up to Ohio. My wife's family is from Ohio, so we visit them 3, 4, 5 times a year. I love it whenever they go to sleep. I put it on backspin on XM. I just drive. So I dig that. I like that channel.
We're at in Ohio.
Near Columbus, just north of Columbus, about 40 minutes. A little place called Fredericktown, Ohio. It's real small.
I'm about an hour north of that, probably.
Okay.
Ish.
It's very close
via
to
the bird flies.
Yeah, the bird flies. Yeah, they're very close to Mansfield. Is is it like a larger town, city?
Yeah. That's probably, Mansfield's probably an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Next time you come up, if you got time, maybe we can figure out a way to meet up and do something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tango Joe hopped on whilst I wasn't paying attention. Outdoor cooking with Al. And apparently after I made the comment of, hey, anybody that doesn't normally comment, it went from 25 to 23 as fast as I said that.
90s music,
And
Scooter. I'm a 90s rap music listener.
that's the weird thing when you look at, so like when I go on Spotify, if I type in old school rap, it's like 2010 music is what people that watch today think old school is.
No. I'm I like a wide variety. The Biggie, the Tupac. I used to love Master P. Love that, which that was in the upper 90s. So. Sugar Hill Gang.
Sorry. No, Baloney Ring Ranch sent me a message. I don't know how old it is. I try to keep up with this in case somebody sends me a message that says, hey, dude, the live stream died, whatever. But he says he just ate a bat.
Nice. That's Ozzy Osbourne style, man.
Well, it's either that or he pissed Keith Bettag off and he got hit with a Louisville Slugger. I'm not sure. All right. So Robert Roy says, since you're the Food Network watcher, who's your favorite celebrity chef?
I like Bobby Flay. His style, maybe because he cooks on a big green egg too. I don't know, but yeah, I like Bobby.
So if you're on the throwdown, what would your dish be?
Sheesh.
For him to challenge you on. Yeah.
Man, it'd be tough with Bobby. Because mine and his styles kind of clash a little bit. Which he goes more southwest.
Yeah, but wasn't that show where he came on and challenged the person to whatever their signature thing was?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I mean, my wife loves my steaks, but who doesn't do a steak good?
Right.
And obviously, you couldn't do anything else. That's a good question. I don't really know. I love tacos. It would probably be some kind of taco, which he'd probably cremate me on that one because he does tacos well too.
That's one of those things. I mean, you never know whether those shows are real. You know what I mean? Whether they give some to Bobby, give some to the other guy or not. But
yeah,
the man can cook.
He is. He's an Iron Chef, for a reason. I like Jeffrey Zakarian too, but he's not really, he's not really featured, if you will, on. I mean, he's on Chopped and he's on The Kitchen, but he don't have like, a true show like Bobby.
I don't know that he wants a show like that. Just doesn't seem his style.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's probably one of the most talented chefs on there. So.
All right, so I just noticed Ballistic Barbecue said he was on Triple D, and said that guy is actually a very humble person in real life.
I heard
Greg, how'd that not come up during the hot seat? All right, make sure I didn't miss anything. Robert Roy says, what happened? The greatest thing of all time, Marion, happened. I can't tell you what it is, though, so restart the video after it ends.
We figured out how not to catch your gas grill on fire. We solved it miraculously.
All right. So one of the questions I typically ask is, what cookers do you have? But I think did you miss anything when you were earlier?
No, I don't. I mean, I have a buddy. He has a big pit smoker that I I have borrowed from him from time to time if I do something really big, or I want to do whole hog or a bunch of shoulders or something. So
I hear a
my little
meltdown in the
girl's throwing a
background.
fit in there. So.
And if at any point in time you want to bring your wife or her on screen for a moment, you're more than welcome to.
I might have
or
to.
the dog
I
for that matter.
I normally take her to bed, so she might be pitching a fit because I'm not taking her. So it's all good.
That's the dedication that Matthew has. He gave up putting his daughter to bed for this show.
I did. I take her to bed. So. But,
all right. So who taught you?
Yeah. So that's all.
Oh, go ahead.
That's all the cookers really. Just what I've already said, and the pit smoker.
So who taught you how to cook?
A lot of it came from my mom. I helped her a lot. Always kind of was drawn into cooking from watching her. She cooked a lot. My dad wasn't a person that liked to go out to eat. He traveled. He was a truck driver, and so he ate out a lot. And when he got home, he didn't want to eat out. So, she cooked a lot of your typical Southern fare. We had fried pork chops, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, the gravy kind of thing. So, I learned roux real early on, that kind of thing. And then when I was 15, I got a job at a local, what we call them fish camps. Up north, I don't think you guys probably ever heard of fish camps before, but down here, they're just big seafood restaurants, and it's a massive amount of fried food. So you have like fried shrimp, flounder, perch, whitefish, that kind of thing, oyster, scallops. So I worked in a restaurant for a while, and I learned a lot from that. A Greek fella actually owned it, and I learned a ton from him, just watching him and his family cook. They obviously didn't always cook fried fish for themselves or for their families. So a lot of my influence came from the Greek side as well.
Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin says, tell Hungry Hussey I said thank you for his tips for getting started on my Blackstone griddle.
Anytime, my friend.
Hey, Al, is that open to everybody or just everybody in the chat? I don't want to say that out loud and then you get inundated.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
All right, so what's a weekday meal look like at your house?
Today it was leftover spatchcock chicken, and that's it. Let me see. I had an appointment, a late appointment. That's what I do a lot of times. I'll fix some things on like Sunday for the week, or Sunday and Wednesday, so we kind of don't have to cook every night. As you know, time is sacred. With the little one.
Right.
So let's see, what did I cook? Last night I had some sous vide. I forgot about sous vide. I cook on. I use it a lot. Forgot about that. Last night I just had some sous vide chicken tenders that I had cooked previously, and just right when I got home from work, I just put them under the broiler just to get some color on those and get them warmed up. And here lately, I've been on a diet. I'm on a weight loss competition, so my meals are looking kind of puny lately. So I had that in a salad. So pretty bland right now, actually.
Yeah, I think I gave you a hard time at one point about the diet videos.
Yeah, we have a weigh-in Tuesday, so I got to be good this weekend. That's gonna be tough.
How long does the challenge go for?
It was 1 month, so it started on February 6th, and then I'm sorry, January 6th, and then it's going till next Tuesday, with February 6th.
So we can go back to bacon and eggs and hash browns and stuff that makes me drool, or are we sticking with it?
No, well, I'm gonna take a little break, a little small break, and then they're talking about doing another one another competition after that. So I got to do something, man. I tell you, whew, I need to. It's, it's crazy. Age and whatever just puts it on you. I've always been big my whole life, but I don't need to get any bigger.
All right, Marion, I'm gonna ask the question, but I'm gonna give Matt the option to say fuck off. Which YouTube channels do you compare your own channel to?
Yes. Yeah, I don't really know. I've watched Marion before. See his stuff. I don't know if my style really collides with anybody. I watch a lot of Casey Neistat, so I kind of like the way his vlogs go and how they flow. And so I kind of watch that, and I don't try to emulate it, but I try to bring some of that flair into it to make it a little bit more appealing,
I do the same thing. Probably every night, the last 3 things I watch is I never followed his vlog from the beginning, so like I'm at like episode 100 or something like that. So it's usually the last 3 videos I'll watch a night is those.
Yeah, I like him and Peter McKinnon. They're both amazing blogger. Peter's a very good photographer and videographer. So I really dig those guys.
And if there's anybody that asked a question that I didn't ask already, retype it because I missed it, and we're at the point where scrolling up sucks.
Yeah, I tried. It doesn't look good.
It gets all hitchy hatchy wonky. That's a technical term, by the way.
Hitchy honky.
All right, so what's your favorite video you've made and why?
I'll tell you the last one I just posted, I was pretty proud of it. I felt like I did a pretty good job of trying to be whimsical in a way with the whole Super Bowl thing. I had a stupid helmet on that wasn't even a football helmet. That's the only thing I had. I felt like I was really getting into to being very very whimsical and creative. So I'd have to say that with every one, you kind of learn something from the previous that makes you a little bit better.
Right.
The black eyed pea cake one was good until my dog wants to hump her blanket.
You just got to embrace that stuff, man.
She tried to steal my show.
All right, Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin wants to know if you've ever barbecued a tri-tip.
I have one, only one. We can't find them here. It's very, very infrequent that you can find them in North Carolina. You can find, pork butts. You can find shoulders. You can find, whatever. But tri-tips is tough.
All them California guys just suck them up.
Yeah.
All right, Bomb Grillin's barbecue. Normally I would skip a question like this, but if you guys that are watching don't know his channel, seriously, the guy's creativity is just crazy. His camera work is crazy. He wants to know what you dip your chicken nuggets in.
I like a honey mustard. If I eat them, I don't really eat many chicken nuggets, but if I had to choose, it'd be honey mustard and then barbecue. Yeah. Or ranch. That's 3. So that's my 3. No more.
All right, I don't know if Kent's asking this to you or if I missed something in the chat. Other than Cam Newton, who is your QB man crush in football?
It would be Julius Peppers. He's he's a North Carolina guy. He's from Kinston, North Carolina. And then of course he played basketball and football at North Carolina, UNC. So Julius Peppers is my other man crush, if you will.
I'm reading the comments. And for the girls' answer was gravy. Then Christy said, Scott, gravy, ? They do stuff weird in Canada, Christy. You know that.
Eh?
Eh? Hey, Booger showed up. Welcome, Booger. Christy was feeling kind of like the only girl here. All right. Funniest thing that's happened while recording that we never saw after editing.
Well, it was my dog twice. I don't mean to keep bringing that up, but I felt very good on that video, and then I see her acting a fool in the background. I mean, it was funny, and I pointed it out. I put an arrow to it, and I was like, "What the hell?" So yeah, and then the other one where she was taking a dump in the background, that was pretty crazy too.
So did you see it in the lens, or did you not notice it till afterwards?
Didn't notice it until I was editing the videos both times.
All right. Marion wants to know who's winning the Super Bowl this weekend. Your
I hope the
prediction.
Eagles. I hope the Eagles win. I just don't want to see the Patriots win again. I respect them. They're good. I felt like they may have cheated whenever they beat my Carolina Panthers, so I'm a little bit salty on that. Okay, but I'm going with the Eagles. I probably just jinxed them, but whatever.
Did you see Casey's last video that came out today?
Yes, yes, yeah. He's taking his buddy to the Super Bowl, which he did it 10 years ago, and they lost.
So now you're rooting against Casey.
So, yeah, that's all right. I hope he still loves me.
All right, so Meathead's question that's made the list here is, well, actually, he's got like 3 of them that's made the list, but who would be your Mount Rushmore? If you could, it doesn't have to be political, it can be anybody. If you were to put 4 people up on Mount Rushmore, who would they be?
Oh crap, man. Man, that's a tough question. I mean, yeah, I guess family. My mom would be one. She passed away 3 years ago. She's a big influence on me. My brother, who's helped me a lot tremendously. He's a hell of a man. Taught me how to be a wonderful man too. Another fella that kind of molded me was that Greek fella that I was talking about. He really, for some reason, the man liked me, and I don't know why. He took me in, and he treated me like his own. So that would be my third. And oh man, number 4. Number 4 would have to be a good friend of mine. His name's Jimmy. He's helped me out of a lot of trials and tribulations. He's been there for me through anything and everything, including my mom's funeral. He was one of the preachers for my mom's funeral, and yeah, that would be my 4.
So in the extensive research I do for the hot seat, I noticed your brother made a comment at one point about possibly starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah, my brother is like the Larry the Cable Guy, if you will. He's very unfiltered, and he would probably smoke me with. I mean, he's contagious the way he is. So.
Well, if he gets to the point where he decides to commit to it, have his people get with my people, which
Yep.
is me.
He loves hunting. He hunt. I like to hunt too. I like venison, deer meat, whatever you call it. We call it deer meat around here. Um, he loves killing. He loves killing deer. He's a killing machine. So, and he loves to eat it too. So, but yeah, he's a nut. Yeah, but he's also my best friend too.
All right, real quick before I forget, since I've got 27 captive people,
Yeah,
do you guys care that I'm in the dark here as opposed to, besides last week I did it in the dark? Do you guys care whether it's dark or there's a bunch of bright ass lights shining on me? Just put it in the commentary. If you're watching it later on, put it down in the real comments. I'm just curious. I know you guys aren't here to see me, so it's probably best that I'm here in the dark. All right. Christy's Cooking Channel asked this a long time ago, and it made the list of permanent questions. The best and the worst thing you've ever cooked. Two different answers, or they could be both the same.
Yeah. Well, what did I do one time? Shoot. The best thing I ever cooked one time was I got some ribeye caps from Costco, and it's that it's that really tender meat that gets on the top end of that ribeye where they call it the butcher's cut. They cut that off, and Costco they put them in a spiral like that. And I made that with a balsamic red wine reduction and some asparagus, twice baked potatoes, and lobster tail. That was pretty legit. Very, very good. The worst thing, one of the worst things was probably whenever I was kind of new to the big green egg, and I decided to cook some hamburgers with some piss poor lump charcoal, and it tasted like it. I mean, I literally burnt that crap for 2 days. It was just, I didn't let all the good smoke. I didn't let all the smoke burn off. I put burgers on there with all that fat dripping onto the coals. It was terrible. So I've gotten
All
better
right.
since then. A little bit.
So back to Meathead. What's your signature dish?
Signature dish would have to be it's generally between a steak and some kind of taco. We make homemade tacos, shells included. We make homemade shells, right? And any kind of variety of meat. Um, that's probably one of my favorite things to do. And then a steak of any kind. I like to reverse sear those steaks on the egg, and it's kind of cut. Uh, have like a buffet. Everybody don't have just one steak. I like to cook one big one or a couple big ones for everybody to share, and have some kind of sauce to go over that, depending on whatever I'm feeling.
Right. All right. Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue wants to know, what's your favorite protein to cook and eat?
Beef. Definitely beef.
And the Smoky Patio wants to know, what's your favorite all-around pork rub? I'm assuming that's a commercial question. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't buy a lot of rubs. I use some Dizzy Pig stuff on this past video. I'm not. It's good, but I don't really. I don't love it. I generally make my own, and it's whatever I'm feeling that day. If I'm feeling a little bit more southwesty, I might put some different chili powders in it, right? Some anchos, some regular chili powder. I might put some cayenne, coriander, that kind of thing. If I'm feeling nostalgic, I'll just do salt and pepper or something like that. It just depends on what I like, what I feel that day. But there's a guy out of North Carolina, out of Cary, North Carolina. His name's Jim's Own Rub, and he makes a rub called Jim's Own Smoky Rub, and it's pretty good. I like to use it from time to time. And I like Meat Church. I like Matt Pittman's stuff. It's pretty good.
So you must be at 555 because Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin says the Hungry Hussey is 111 subscribers away from 666. Rock on.
That's my Beavis and Butthead.
All right. You're going to get pinned down with this question, and I apologize. I know you North Carolina guys don't like answering this question, but Double J Barbecue wants to know, living in North Carolina, are you more likely to eat North Carolina sauce, the South Carolina sauce, or something else?
Well, we're gonna have to set this straight right now. All right. So if you look at Thomasville on a map, it's right beside of Lexington. That's Lexington, North Carolina is where I'm originally from, if you will. So I think Lexington style is the best, which North Carolina has two styles, right? So you have Eastern style, which is vinegar, and then you have Lexington style. Some people say it Western, but it's not Western. It's Lexington style. So it has a little bit more ketchup in it, or it has ketchup in it, and the Eastern does not. However, I use the Lexington style as a base for a lot of my barbecue. Though I put a lot more sugar in it, like brown sugar. I'll put molasses in it, things like that. So it's not true Lexington style where it's kind of thin. It's basically one part ketchup, one part vinegar, and one part water. If you want a little thicker, you do half part water, and then you add in everything else. It's kind of Lexington style in a basket there.
Gotcha. All right.
Barlow knows Lexington style has been
Lewis
his go-to for years.
What's that?
Barlow Barbecue says Lexington style has been my go-to for years. You're my boy.
All right, everything got really wonky with me, so I want to make sure I'm not talking over top of you. It happens occasionally. I don't know. It's the internet.
I think so.
All right, so Lewis, Quest Hunter at our Shack Barbecue wants to know what's your dream cooker?
I'd like to have a gravity fed, for like larger gatherings. Maybe like a deep south smoker. I've kind of lusted after those, but that's probably it. I love my eggs. I love big green eggs.
The damn chat scrolled up on me. Kent Vanderweer wants to know rub, commercial or homemade, and what do you put in it?
What was that, Chris?
Favorite brisket rub, homemade or commercial, and if it's homemade, what do you put in it?
So I'll use. I do like to use Pittman's stuff, which is Meat Church Holy Cow. It's pretty good. I like a little bit of sweet with my brisket, so I'll add a little bit of brown sugar with the Holy Cow, and also I got to add a little bit more salt to my taste for Holy Cow. And if I make my own, I'll just do 50-50 salt and pepper, kosher salt, black pepper. I'll do about half part onion powder, half part garlic powder, and then some brown sugar. And I actually rub it with pickle juice instead of mustard.
All right, Scooter Too Cool says, anyone use pellet smoker rigs? Don't see them on Hussey's or Hobo's channel. Don't burn me at the stake. If pellet rigs are bogus, I like mine.
Pellet grills are nice. Yeah, whatever floats anybody's boats for me. It's all edible, and it's good groceries no matter what you say.
I personally don't have one just because I've got too much other stuff.
Yeah,
I keep adding things that I don't need now.
If I put another cooker on the back deck, my wife's gonna kill me.
So it's funny, if I go to Home Depot, it was a couple weeks ago, there was something on sale, and I sent Mrs. Hobo a picture, and I said, I didn't buy it. And she's like, I'm shocked. And I'm like, I'm thinking I should be getting a pat on the back here, not a, hey, dumbass, why didn't you buy it? So there's a hardware store by my house that has one of those Traegers that looks like a pig. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, never heard of that.
It's pink. It's set up. It's a Traeger that they put like a shell around so it looks like a pig. It's got the face on it, the tail out the back.
Okay.
That if I had the space, I would buy it just for the comedic value of owning it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. Too much. Don't need. Apparently, I scrolled too fast. All right. I'm going to get caught up on this by asking you this question. 3 channels you watch, 1 big, 1 small, and 1 you think should be much bigger than they currently are. And to answer Kent's comment that's going to come in here, no, I don't have to go pee. That's not why I asked the question. We're just at that point in the show.
Does it have to be cooking related?
No.
No. So three channels I watch. I've said 1. I like Casey Neistat, and I like Peter McKinnon. A cooking show. I like Marion. I've watched Marion a time or two. I've been watching yours since I've been, and I'm surprised you don't have more. You know, I'm not trying to suck up to you at all, but just I'm surprised. It's just with this group and all, I figured you'd be well above 1,000 or more, right? But I like Todd Tobin, for Blackstone. He's pretty cool. I wish I had a voice like that. He's got a pretty nice voice.
Right.
So I think I named more than what you asked for.
I'm okay with that. I try to put the open-ended questions out there. We're getting ready to wrap up here because for some reason, I don't know if it's coming across on the YouTube side, but everything's getting all with sound on my side. It's getting hard. I can't hear anything you're saying. I'm just guessing when you're stopping, honestly.
Oh, you can't hear me at all?
All right. Barlow wants to know. I love this question. Barlow, I'm putting it on the permanent list. What's your guilty food pleasure?
This may sound really odd that I don't like sweets that much. Because I'm, kind of a big guy, you'd think, he probably likes sweets, but I don't really care for them that much. So I like potato chips. I, I like potato. I like not salt and vinegar, but sour cream and onion potato chips.
All right. So Scooter Too Cool says the live feed is all good as a viewer. I think some of this stuff just gets wonky. There's an 8-second delay that I think YouTube figures out a way to unscrew up what's going on with internet connections, etc. All right, so I skipped this question way earlier, and I'm going to ask it, but whilst I ask it, we're down to the people in the chat. So if you got questions, ask it in the chat, or else we're going to sign off once there's a minute of no questions. What's your real job?
My real job is, my title is I'm an applications engineer. I work for General Electric. We make large electrical distribution equipment, and the products that I support are called motor control centers. Many people probably have never seen a motor control center in their life. It's any kind of large motors. There's a motor control center somewhere that powers that motor, and that's what I've worked in for my entire career.
So what does that thing do?
So for like a motor, so one of our channels is oil and gas, right? So oil and gas, you need to pump gas, so or pump oil, right? So the operator says, okay, we need to pump pump this oil from this tank over here to this tank, this holding tank. They press a button, some electrical equipment that I support cuts on, and then your motor turns on, which starts to pump. So it's like 480 volt electrical equipment, and then also support up to 7.2 kV, which is 7,200 volts.
Gotcha. All right, I'm going to ask this question, but I know some background on this question. If you don't get it, just say pass. But Jeff wants to know, when are you going to smoke something on your Blackstone?
I mean, it could be done. What does he want? I'll try it.
There you go, Jeff. So Jeff has something. I don't know if he's going to actually execute on it the way I understand he is, but he's got something. He's got something interesting in the works.
Okay.
In the near future. Kent wants to know, beans or no beans in chili?
Well, I mean, what kind of chili? Chili for your hot dog, or chili that you just eat as a meal?
Kent, reply back. Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue says Scada, SCADA. I don't know if I missed something in the chat or if it's related to something you said when it got all wah. Does it make no sense?
Oh, I don't understand.
All right. Christy wants to know, what does your family think about you being on YouTube?
My wife loves it. I did one with her and I one time. We were just messing around, and it was kind of like a vlog style. So I called it Marital Cooking Part 1, and it was actually pretty good. Where she's actually kind of making fun of me. She likes to poke fun at me, for whatever. Like sometimes she'll go out the window, she'll go out the door, and she'll be like, "Are you live?" All this kind of stuff. I'm like, "Shut up." So she's cool with it,
All right, so Keith Betag's trying to have Jeff tell you that he wants you to cook possum.
I mean, possum's tough out here. You got to like cage them up and feed them milk for a while before you can kill them. There's all kinds of stuff that you can eat them. There's people in my area that will.
All right, Kent says chili, not a hot dog topping.
I like beans in my chili as a meal. If it's on a hot dog, it can't have beans in it.
All right, we're out of questions.
Out of questions?
So here's where two things happen. Number one, who would you like to see in the hot seat in the near future?
Well, I've only watched. I watched Marion, and then I watched. Who was last week? Up in Green Bay, Kent.
Kent Vanderweerd.
Yeah. So I've only watched two. So I don't know. I don't know how long you've been doing this.
I'll have to go to my resident advisor in for the grill barbecue, or in for the grill. Used to be in for the grill barbecue, and I'm screwing that up. But I'm guessing it's at least 21 episodes.
So that's a good question. And I'm kind of new too, so I'm still trying to feel my way around. But what about you?
Worst case scenario. Who's that?
What about you?
I can't interview myself. That's like when I get to the point where it's not working. I'm the guy in the NBA that should have retired 5 years ago, and I'm like, and now I'm interviewing myself.
I don't know. I have watched. I did forget this earlier. I watched some of Meathead. I like his videos pretty good too.
So I'm in the works with him. Nope, I'm in the works with. We're trying to figure out how to time this. Everyday Barbecue says I'll interview him or Barlow will. All right, we'll do this, Mike. I'll do that at some point, but I want both of you to interview me.
Huh.
God, this is going to be weird as hell. But I want you guys to host it on your channels at the same time. Somehow figure out. Can you be in 2 live streams? That would be interesting. You guys will be big names by the time I get to that point. All right, so the second part of this is you get free reign to say whatever you want. Yell at people, tell them they're great, whatever.
I've gotten a lot of support from these people, so I do sincerely thank you. I'm just just trying to get. I don't want to be known or anything like that. I like to be modest. I just like to put good content out there, and these guys have been very supportive, so I just appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, guys. You know the deal. I don't do any planning outside of like 5 or 6 days before the next show, so I can't tell you who's on next week. Anybody wants to be on, you're in the Facebook group or on Facebook, get a hold of me, Hobo Nichol BBQ or Chris Nichol, or send me a message or send me an email at hobonicholbarbecue@gmail.com. Find me in the random streets of Canton, Ohio. Don't care. Let me know. Matt, stay on real quick for a minute, and we're calling it a night. Goodbye.